Hey, welcome back to ZK MasterTech. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video of me and Josh pulling the IVT out of the A370R. If you enjoy this content, would you please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel? It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate you guys watching. A lot of good compliments and comments on the last video, and I really appreciate that. On this video, we're going to actually be tearing down this IVT all the way down. And I just wanted to share my favorite part of my job with you guys, and that's actually working on transmissions. I love tearing apart transmissions, figuring out what's wrong with them, putting them all back together, and just have loads of parts out on tables and being able to disassemble it and put it back together correctly. It's just one of my favorite parts of the job. So I wanted to bring you guys along and show you kind of what goes into disassembling and reassembling an IVT. But just a little disclaimer, we are certified John Deere technicians and we have all the proper safety and repair procedures to do this job. It requires a lot of special tools and knowledge to be able to do it properly. So I don't recommend that you guys do this on your own. So just wanted to get that out of the way, but I hope you guys enjoy this video and we're gonna get into this IVT and tear it down. Let's get into it. All right, here it is. I'm a little late to the party. Josh has already taken some stuff out. He already got the scavenge pump and shaft out. He took the bearing nuts out, and they're, you know, laying over here on the table here. So we've got the scavenge pump and the shaft. We got the these are the nuts that go down on the bearings there. We got the auxiliary drive pulley off, the MFWD hub off. So now the first thing we're going to do is work on getting this manifold assembly off, which is removing all of those 18mm bolts. First, we're going to try to get these bearings out and races. Oh, came out in one chunk. Would you look at that? Let go. So if you're going to work on transmissions, you got to have a couple nice magnets like that. Works good for pulling bearings and clutch discs and stuff like that out with.
There we go.
Yeah. See those hidden bolts in there?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need an Allen to fit those and get those out. Got all the hidden Allen screws out. There's 3 in that hole, 3 in that hole, and then there's 2 right there. So here, Josh, try this weapon.
Okay.
Just take them all the way out. And just, yeah, leave them in the holes there. There's a lot of them.
Couple.
So we got all the bolts out of the manifold. Now he's gonna pull these 2 screens out. What size were those hex?
32.
32 mil. So we got 2 screens.
They look really good.
Look pretty clean. We're gonna install a custom little lifting strap here. You don't have to use a strap. You can use lifting eyes to go in there. Get a little pressure on it. We're using an old school chain hoist because I like to be able to feel by hand. So we're gonna have to put a little pressure on it, and then we're gonna have to pop it loose with a indexing bar, big indexing bar. I told Josh to go get a pry bar, and I grabbed that chain, wiggled it a little bit, and it popped free. But we still need a bar to kind of get this side back up. Can we pry right here? With an indexing bar works better, I think. Try not to, don't pry there. There you go. Stuck on that corner. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna pull up on it and you're going to keep it straight. Is it binding?
Yeah, you're good.
You're just going to have to lift up on that back a little bit as I go up.
Yep.
This is why I like doing this by hand with the chain, because you can feel resistance better.
This way, we want to go to the table.
Yep. We'll swing this over. We're going to set it on the table. So now we're going to get this gasket peeled off of here. I took the plug out for the sump screen. Try to get this guy out of here. What do we got? Oh man,
What is that?
there's a couple.
Big
Look at
chunks.
that. Look at that sliver in there, Josh.
Hold on, let me grab a long pick here.
That's a serious sliver. Why? There's another sliver in there. So that's what we pulled out of the sump screen. Man. Almost looks like chrome plating off a bearing, maybe.
Maybe.
So I'll have to do a little bit more investigation and try to figure out where that came from. Well, I looked down in the hole and my naked eye can see more metal chunks down inside the case, but my camera won't focus down in there, but we'll see it eventually. So yeah, now we've got to take all these bolts out, Josh, around the outside.
Okay.
And then we got to take this whole chunk off.
From here up.
Yep. The next thing I want to do is take out these oil tubes in here. So you just take some snap ring pliers to grip it. Pop it out. Those are actually going into the hydro. And you always want to make sure you replace the seals on those. Yeah, you cut one of those, it's a bad deal. Now you're going to want to pull the sealing rings off. Find the break in them and peel them off there. You should be able to just use your fingers. So you just kind of feel it like that and then pull them off. You can just take your finger and so you just get it like that, roll it off. All right, so Josh got extremely lucky and he just put a little bit of pressure on that cover and it just popped loose, you know, after I told him to get 2 giant pry bars, because he usually got to fight it because there's a lot of anaerobic sealer on those. And of course his just pops up like it's nothing. It was afraid of you, Josh. It didn't want no part of Josh.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
And there she is in all of her glory.
That housing weighs 450 pounds. You gotta go a ways to clear that little shaft there, the input shaft. All right, so we got the cover here. So this little rubber thing right here, that actually mounts into the hydro to hold it into place. And then there's rubbers on the bottom as well.
And now you can see them chunks.
Can you see more chunkies?
Oh yeah, look right there.
Focus. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. I can definitely see it with the naked eye. Camera's like, nope, don't want to look at it. Well, we'll see it good when we get that hydro out of there. So here is our hydro unit right here. This big guy. So now we've got to work on getting all of this off first, and then the hydro comes out. So with the IVT, there's less components to take out than there is like a power shift transmission. They're just bigger chunks.
Less pieces, but bigger pieces.
Yeah. All right, so I installed a M12 lifting eye into the MFWD clutch. So we're gonna lift that up off there. Hold on. That shouldn't come out.
Huh?
So the MFWD shaft was kind of stuck in there, was wanting to come with it, but I got it separated out of there. So now when you set this stuff aside. All right, so now we gotta get this lock ring off. There's little tabs that you gotta bend down to release the lock ring. And this lock ring is actually left-handed thread, so we're gonna go righty-loosey on this. And they say that you gotta use that brass drift to turn it. They say use a spanner wrench that goes over there, but you just tap it with a brass drift, it moves fine. There you go. Spin that guy off there. Got a tight spot?
Tight spot in. It's good now.
All right, we're gonna thread this special lifting eye over the shaft. And we're gonna lift it up just enough to take the pressure off this snap ring and pull that snap ring off.
Okay, so I need to go grab my big snap ring part.
Yeah.
Okay, grab them.
Okay, we gotta lift it up just a little bit. Takes the pressure off that snap ring. You gotta get mean with it, Josh.
Apparently.
There you go. Now we'll let that back down, take that snap ring off. Nope, I'm gonna pull your gear off next. There you go, there's a bearing there on the bottom, careful, get underneath it. There you go. Bearing look okay?
Looks good.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, I see.
Now we got to get all these bolts out for this housing, and we're going to pull this whole big housing off the shaft. Can you pick up that side at all? Yeah. Hold it right there. Just a second.
Stuck on there. Over there.
All right, now we're going to remove this clutch assembly from the carrier. It'll just pull right up out of there, Josh. Just like that. Make sure there's a washer there. You want to make sure that stays with that shaft and not stuck up in there.
Okay.
All right, now you're going to remove that sun shaft right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see on this sun shaft, you got a seal here. You got a thrust washer that you want to come with that shaft, and then 2 more sealing rings right there and a sealing ring up at the top. Okay. So now we're going to pull these steel plates out, and there's springs underneath that steel plate. There you go. Pull all your little springs out. Now you're going to remove all your friction and steel discs out of there. You got them all in one chunk. Look at you go.
No bluing on the steels.
How are they looking?
Looking like brand new, really. Clutches look really good. There's no bluing on the steels. Oh, we got just a little bit right there, a little hot spot.
It's kind of warped though. Look at that one.
It is really warped. You can see that?
Wow, yeah, I can see that. They're starting to get some heat in there.
It is, yeah. Look at the bluing on that. Not as warped though. Got a little bluing on it.
It's a little
That
warped.
one's warped too.
Yeah.
Another good clutch. Whoa! She's wobbly.
Yeah.
Other than a little heat, they're not bad.
Yeah. So those are going to get replaced.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull this carrier out of here. I just bolt some lifting straps in there. About the best way to take her out. Taking that snap ring out. Now just maybe we can get that thing out.
Maybe.
Oh,
she's just right there.
oh yeah, that happens every time. There's like a little lip from that snap ring. Yep.
Oh man,
we're gonna have
about a finger pincher.
Yeah, we're going to deburr that just a little bit. All right, we got that pulled out of there, but man,
Whew.
We ended up taking a pry bar and going across right here and hooking it here, and another one across here, and then prying against the case. It finally popped up off there, but there's always a little lip on that snap ring groove, and this fits really tight over it. So let's get this out of here, Josh.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Now we can see things.
See it, Sonny.
All right, so before we pull the hydro, we got to move these swash plates inward.
There you go.
Okay. And then we got a bolt and a lifting strap there and there. And that's where those rubber mounts are going on that cover, but there's a hole threaded in there for bolts so we can lift this thing out of here. All right, it's time to pull out this hydro.
Go crazy, huh?
There it goes. Da, 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 da. This thing weighs 600 pounds.
I believe it.
That's what we were checking on.
We're just kind of fascinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, spin it around. Let the audience get a good view.
that one around, grab that gear.
It doesn't want to spin. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, it makes this side spin really fast.
Yeah.
So those little retainers for those pistons, they're all those in place.
Yeah. Sure are. Yeah, everything's good there, bud.
This is our, your swash plate. Whenever you move that, it changes the angle. Changes the angle, changes the displacement of the pump. You got two of them. All right, got it sitting down there. We don't see anything obviously wrong with it yet, but we're trying to figure out where the metal in this transmission came from. We're on a search and destroy mission. But look at this. Look at all the metal down in here. It's just that thin, chrome, flaky stuff.
A lot of it, too.
Will that come out with a magnet? Yeah. Ooh. That's a lot of metal to be missing off of something, Josh.
Yeah, it is.
Oh boy. So we got the CU idler shaft holding tool, put that into place so that guy doesn't fall out when we take the guts off the front side. So now we're going to spin the transmission over, and it'll be straight up and down, and we might have to move this pan because it's probably going to leak oil. Pull that input hub out. And we're going to pull this MFWD hub out, yeah. I'll put a hand on there, yeah. Got O-rings on that. There you go. Next part is we got to get this nut off right here, and that nut is actually staked right there, and we took a little chisel and got it out of the little keyway there in the shaft so we don't damage the threads coming off. I'm going to go ahead and pull this race out of here. Come on. Okay. All right, so 38 millimeter nut. Take that guy off. We can pull that bearing out. There you go.
There she is.
Does it look okay?
Oh, we got shims.
Yeah, you got another shim. That shim's important right there.
We got a couple of them here.
Yeah.
The bearing looks all right.
Shimmies are important right there.
Yes.
All right.
I heard it.
You heard it pop? We got all the bolts out. We're using these holes here with M12 bolts to separate the housings. There it goes. We can work with that. Here it is.
Oh, yeah, she's creeped. Coming at you.
Ta-da! And there's the magic behind the front cover. See any damaged components?
No.
We've got the transmission flipped back around in operating mode here. What you got there, Josh?
Broken ceiling ring.
Oh, yeah. Broken ceiling ring. That's nice. Is there any poopies down in there? I didn't see no pieces of...
I don't see no pieces.
Did it eat it?
Oh, yep, right there. Look right there inside the bearing.
Oh.
See it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do see it down in there. Well, that's nice.
That's interesting.
Oh, maybe... Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're going to pull this bearing off. It didn't need much, but
No.
we couldn't pull it off with our fingers.
It was just a little.
It just needed a little persuasion. Okay.
I would like my fingers up.
Yeah, set
Kind of
that.
attached to them.
Take this little bushing off. Okay. Okay. That's our synchro. This is our synchronizer assembly. You gotta look at these teeth. They don't look too bad. Careful, that's all spring loaded in here.
Pull that out.
No, just leave it together for right now.
Them grooves supposed to be in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna pull this snap ring out right there. All right. So now you've got to pry this piston out of the bore and hold that synchro all together at the same time. There you go. That's spring loaded. There's a spring in there. Keep that all together. You got... Yep. Okay.
Something's been chewing on that snap ring. See that?
Yeah. I just think, as that goes up and down, it puts a little wear on that snap ring. Well, I don't see anything majorly wrong. Not sure where those little flakes of
See, I don't know if
metal are coming from. It might have came off that snap ring. I gotta get this snap ring out of here. Well, it's a tough little bugger. All right. Using snap-on retaining ring pliers. All right, yank that gear out of there. And then yank that out. Come on.
Gentle.
Alrighty. Cool. I don't see any boo-boos. You see any boo-boos?
Yeah. Put this guy over. Everything looks good here. Everything looks good on both sides of that. We go.
So we think that metal material we're finding around here was from that snap ring. It's like the coating on the snap ring just came apart. It's filled this snap ring groove in here. All right. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No.
Looks like it's in good shape.
The gears are chewed up. It looks good.
All right. So we're turning it back take a gear off so we can get this housing out. I wasn't planning on going that far, but that sealing ring went into that bearing. So we need to get that housing off. So we're going to take that little idler gear off right there, Josh. No, it's got a staked nut on it too. That's good enough right there. That one's staked good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it's staked in 2 spots. Worked on the last one. It's not working very good on this one, is it? Dang, why don't I get a different weapon?
Got the nut off. Get that bearing out. Careful. There's 2 bearings there. And they're plastic. Just little plastic guys in there, Josh. With shim.
With a shim.
I'm gonna pull this little oil tube out. Bink. Josh is gonna take the bolts out for this bearing plate. See if we can't yank that out.
Oh, I think we're doing something now. There we are.
Okay. Where'd the chunk of, there's the chunk of sealing ring.
Right there. Interesting.
How's the bearing look?
Bearing looks alright.
Slower. Huh.
Yeah, it looks alright.
I wonder if that just fell in there right when we first pulled it out. Like that sealing ring was cracked.
It had to, otherwise it would have chewed it up.
Yeah. Huh. Pull that gear out. Okay, it's probably a bearing. Don't want that to fall off. That's the bearings look on that guy.
Ooh, pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, everything's looking
The other
right.
side? Yeah, I already looked at the other side.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Race is nice. That's all good.
That guy come out?
Maybe.
Uh-oh, something fell.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our pilot.
We're running out of room.
Running out of room real quick.
Yeah. We can take our holding tool off and pull the CU idler gear out. So, the bearings are in good shape.
Really good.
So now we're going to tear into the high-low clutch assembly, and we're going to tear into this high clutch part first. Take the snap ring out. Oh,
Oh yeah. It's gonna be one of them.
those dangerous, huh?
Yeah.
We got that snap ring out, but boy, was that a fight. Now you just pull those steels and friction discs out. Did you get them all?
Yeah.
Cool. Looks good. Well, there's not a darn thing wrong with those clutches.
Nope.
So we're gonna put it back together. They look like brand new.
They do. Whoa.
Now we're taking the bolts out and check the low clutch. Well, those were in there.
Yeah, they were.
So we permanently put timing marks on it. So we'll put it back together the same. Oh boy. There's a jack hole. These are the jack holes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ting.
Ding, fries are done.
Oh. Those don't look bad.
No, they look pretty good.
Well, the clutches look good. Some mean little bevel springs. Low clutches and the high clutches look good, so we're going to go back together with this. All right, so we got the high-low clutch back together. Didn't find anything bad there. We cleaned the bolts, cleaned the threads, all the oil, put a little Loctite on there, torqued them down to 92, was it, Josh?
92.
All right, so we have tore apart this entire transmission, and we didn't find anything that would have caused this. So I did a deep dive into some DTAC solutions, and I found an exact solution that showed these exact same pieces being found in the transmission sump. And what it is the ILS differential side bearings, the side quill bearings. There's, you got a bearing like this, and then they have shims on those bearings. And if they put the thin shim closest to the bearing during break-in at the factory, that thin shim can spin out, and then it goes into the bottom of the MFWD, and then it goes through the communication ports and ends up into the transmission sump. And they were, sucked in kind of by the screen where it's drawing oil from. So, and it says in the solution, if the pieces are 6,000ths or less, then to just remove the pieces and return the machine to service. Apparently, there's enough tolerance there to be missing the thin shims. So apparently it doesn't cause any issues or problems. That's what Deere says in the solution. So I measured these, and they only measure 2 to 3 thousandths. So we're definitely under that 6 thousandths range. So we're just going to remove the pieces and put this thing back into service. And that's good news that actually didn't come from the transmission. So now we're the seek and destroy mission is now over in the transmission. So the only thing we found wrong was that bad sealing ring and these warped clutches. So we've got a new clutch kit here for that. And we're going to start reassembling this transmission piece by piece, getting everything in and, setting everything to spec the correct way according to the procedure that is provided to us. So let's get into reassembling this transmission.